salute to have a juku. Some pink pumps, pink thumbs, and a tutu. Some pink.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing what to expect when coming to Tuskegee or just like college in general, you know. So yeah, that's what we're doing today because I know online there's not a lot of stuff about Tuskegee and stuff, and some of the videos are really outdated. So I'm gonna make one today, and I have my sweet mates with me.
Alexis, freshman pre-nursing major from St. Louis, Missouri.
Her.
Hello, my name is Megan. I am a first-year occupational therapy student from Tallahassee, Florida.
And my name is Diamond. I'm a freshman sociology major from Newark, Delaware.
Yeah, okay.
All right, their Instagrams will pop up. Right
Oh,
now.
really?
Yes.
You're so sweet. Oh my God. Okay, so also I wanted to add, I also.
Oh, brother.
No free promo, no free promo.
I also have a YouTube channel. It's called. I don't know what it's called. You got me.
Look at you.
You got me.
It's right here.
Thank you.
It will also be linked below.
Thank you.
Okay, so first we're gonna get into housing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so first I got some bullet points, y'all. Let's get it real professional. Okay, so we're gonna get into housing. So let's first talk about freshman dorms.
Okay.
So some freshman dorms that offer. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. So for the males, y'all only have one choice, and that's Bethune.
Okay, let's add to this one.
Oh,
Well,
that's
if you get a
surprising.
scholarship, they'll tell you where
Yeah.
you'll be, so.
I mean, I guess it is just Bethune. That is their only choice. Bethune or Rock. But, like,
Or
Rock
maybe
is
James, but you gotta, like, if you
That's
have
the other
a
one.
scholarship, then they will reach out to you about James, because James is our only co-ed dorm on campus.
Mhm.
Now, moving on to the females, y'all freshman dorms are Young,
Tannum.
White
Harvey, if you only have a scholarship.
and
for it,
Douglas
And Douglas. I think that's all.
and Sage.
Okay, and Sage. Okay. That's all. That counts.
And so,
No, it's
no,
not.
so Young, Tannum, White,
It'll
Sage,
pop up.
and Douglas are the freshman women dorms. And then if you have a presidential scholarship, you'll likely be, well, you probably will be in Harvey. And then some merit scholars might get Harvey too. But
Yeah, and
when you get
also-
your scholarship, they'll tell you.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
also with merit scholarships, they don't always tell you exactly, but you're probably going to be in an honors dorm. So you'll either be in White, Tannum, or Harvey. But the one thing about Tannum is also supposed to be the dorm for the athletes, which they do have athletes in there, of course, but they also have the other scholars in there. So that's a mix of both of those.
Because it's listed on the housing website as a freshman dorm.
Yeah, and I will definitely leave the housing website below.
Oh, I want to add to that. Also on ERES, it's not going to have the option for Harvey on there. I don't know what they do have for options, but I know for a fact Harvey isn't going to be on there. On ERES, it's the residential life application that we do. So if you know that you're a presidential scholar, you're going to be in Harvey. So I
Only for
wouldn't worry
females.
about that.
Only for females.
Yeah, for guys, I assume it's the same way where they don't have rock on there as an option, but I don't know because I am a girl. So
Harvey Hall is the if you have a presidential scholar and you're a female, you're going to be in Harvey Hall. Harvey Hall, you will have a suite mate. 9 out of 10, you will have a suite mate. And then you might get blessed with a single, but you might not. And we'll get into roommates in a second. Now, Young is co-ed. Young is communal bathrooms.
no. Young and Bethune are co-ed. No, I'm just playing.
No, Young has communal bathrooms. Young does Douglas. I don't know about Douglas. I've never been in Douglas.
Douglas
I don't
has
know.
community bathrooms.
They do.
Okay.
Is that the one that we went in?
Yeah.
That was
Does
Douglas.
Tannum?
Okay. Tannum, no.
Tannum
wait.
suite mates, right?
No, they do have.
This part
Listen, we don't know about that. We're
No,
Harvey Birdies.
no,
like,
we
we don't know
We
about
don't
that.
know about
Yeah.
like what I'm thinking is I went into Tannum once and I'm pretty sure they don't have a bathroom on their rooms, but I am not 100%. We'll fact check, and we'll put the actual information on the top and above our heads, so you'll know for sure.
Let me make a YouTube channel because I don't know what they got going on.
This girl wanted to be all perfect and stuff. Y'all can go over there for that, but over here we're gonna be messing up.
Yeah,
so go
so
Perfect.
we just listen. If you in Young communal, if you in Harvey suite mates, that's all I know. All right.
Hold on. So like Harvey offers singles, doubles, and triples.
Mhm.
So whether you have a single, you'll still be sharing a bathroom with the person that's next to you. But if you have a double, you'll be sharing with 4 people, including yourself.
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth.
Sorry. And also what I know about white is they have their own bathrooms. But the one time I went in white, I went into a girl who had a triple, and they all shared a bathroom. But the triple, they only shared that bathroom with the 3 of them. So that's how that goes
that's
for
how,
triples.
because we were, I don't
And here too, it's like that too.
Yeah.
So also with white, I know they also have suite mate style. They're not community bathrooms. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right, moving on. So roommates, and we're gonna give you advice on roommates. I'm gonna let them talk because they have a success story. I don't. So for roommates, just be very careful on who you pick and stuff, because you know you're gonna be living with this person and stuff, and also you're gonna have to, when you fill out your housing application, you're gonna have to take a survey. Please be as honest as you can on that survey. Like if you know you stay up at night, say that. If you know you are early bird, say that. Like just be like completely honest on your e-res application and be very careful on who you pick. So I'm gonna let them.
All right, I'll start. So this is my roommate Alexis. So the way that we did it, we didn't choose wisely at all. What we did is it wasn't a wise choice. It was a very run-of-the-mill random choice. Like you just picked me and was like, okay, I guess you cool. Unless you thought it through.
Hold on, let me tell her.
No. Let me say, okay. Basically, this is my side of it. This is my side of it. She probably put some. You know what? You probably did put thought into it, don't you? But this is how I did it. So she DM'd me on Instagram one day and was like, hey, we both got the same scholarship. You want to be my roommate? And I was like, man, sure. Like, okay. And that's my story. You know. So in my brain, I didn't know this girl from a can of paint. I didn't look nothing up. I didn't even go through her full profile. I just said okay. Like I just said all right. Like that's cool. She going through the receipts to see exactly what I said. But basically, to me, it was very random. I put my whole life and living and college into God's hands. Alexis probably was more intentional. Me personally, I was like, she's probably cool or whatever, and I just kept it at that. So you can
all this conversation. Okay.
I mean, the first day, of course.
Megan is so nice. She texted her congratulations. She texted me the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They thought I was mean at first.
No,
I
did not think. Okay, let me tell my story of my side. What I did, because I wasn't coming here with anybody that I knew, is that I went on Instagram and like we had a TU26 page where people could like post if they were interested in coming to the school, stuff like that, and they would put their major. So I would like go to different people's pages and on decision day to see if they were a presidential scholarship recipient. And so I kind of went and DM'd different people just trying to find a roommate, because if you're a presidential scholar, you'll be rooming with somebody who's a presidential scholar. Right.
And so we already wrote this down.
Next on docket. Okay.
Her. Okay. No, what is it called? We wrote this down in bio when we was like telling other girls. So I'll just put that picture up because I found that picture this morning of important things to bring. So yeah, I'm gonna just insert that picture somewhere around here, and we're going to move on. Anyway, so next is student life. So first we're gonna get into what y'all already know. Y'all been talking about. Y'all so excited for.
Are they
homecoming?
No.
Parties.
So. No, that's some people do care about the parties.
Pause.
We're gonna get into the parties and stuff. So I'm gonna just do my turn and then I'm gonna pass it off. So funny, right? Basically, not the convocation. So parties. So basically, one thing that I realized, I realized that I'm not a party person. I'm not fighting tooth and nail to get to the next party. I don't really care. I like doing things that are eventful, and these parties are not really that eventful. So, no shade.
Just to us, because we're not party people. It's not that some are.
Let me add.
Okay, well, Megan's.
I like a nice party. I'm from Florida, so to me, the parties here are more like hangouts, chill, like not even necessarily chill, but more like hangouts, because they're gonna be outside playing music from somebody's balcony. That's pretty much the party that they be saying. Now sometimes they did have one at the club, and like sometimes they have some off campus, which I'm sure those are cool or whatever.
I like the one at the club.
I like people watching.
Usually, that was the best part.
Yeah, I like people watching, so like I'm cool with that. But honestly, like it's not necessarily bad or nothing. This girl over here taking the reins. Like I'm trying to talk to the people. I'm sorry. Okay, so but in all seriousness though, I don't really go to a lot of the different parties at this point now, just because like I do be kind of tired. I feel like somebody grandma sometimes, and that's okay. That's the truth. This girl doing boomerang still, but that's fine. You know.
Don't do that.
Back to the parties.
But yeah.
So yeah, I'm not really into the whole party scene and stuff. And my only advice about the parties is I feel as though you should definitely go to the parties in your NSO week, but also like be very careful because reputation is a thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So like know your balance and know your limit. Know your limit and stuff like that. And also I know when you first get here you were like, so I know when NSO week is here, y'all are gonna like be like going really crazy and stuff. And just remember to like, just because like parents are around and stuff, just be very careful and know your limit and stuff. And these parties are nothing to miss class over and stuff like that. Because just remember, when you're at a party, you still have to wake up and go to the same school.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait,
yeah.
can I add about parties? Okay, so the one thing I forgot. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay, so for me, I'm not much of a party person. So I'm not really going to speak on it because I don't want it to seem like I'm coming off like party's just bad. But yeah, I'm just really not a party person. It's cool to go, like Megan said, it's more like hanging out. It's going to be the same music, the same people. So it's okay to miss a party.
Very okay.
Like some of the really good parties
are during homecoming.
Yeah, during homecoming, during like other times when there's other events happening. Mm-hmm. So they're like after parties to events. Yeah. Because that's where the crowd's likely going after the event.
And so, yeah. I would add to that too. I would mostly just focus on going to like the big parties, like going to the ones like NSO. You can go to all the ones during NSO just because.
I definitely recommend going to the ones during NSO because you don't know nobody.
I miss some of them, and they keep referencing parties that I never made it to, and it just makes me upset or whatever. I just feel a little bit left.
What we doing?
This one.
I went to
She went to a lake park. I missed the lake.
I'm sorry. That was during that was like 2 weeks. Yeah, that was after. I went to I'm like, I don't want to say I'm a party person. Stop.
Go ahead.
So I went to all the NSO parties. And it was like really fun. I would definitely recommend going to those. But anything like that's not homecoming or anything that's welcome week, I wouldn't recommend. The only reason I'm saying go to NSO parties because that's when you're going to like hang out for friends and like meet people and meet your classmates. Right. Okay, so moving on to events. So basically when I say events, I'm like talking about like NSO week, welcome week, homecoming, or like any type of like, I don't know, events that they have on campus. So events I would say events kind of happen like weekly / bi-weekly. There's always going to be like some type of event on campus or something like that. So if we're ever like, because we're going to get into this later, but we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if you ever get bored or something on campus, you're
stranded.
No. There's going to be always something fun or something to do on campus. So I'm going to just get into homecoming. So homecoming was very fun. It was very eventful. There's going to be something to do every day. There's going to be a lot of alumni coming back on campus. And I'm just going to share my favorite moment about homecoming, which was the football game. Because we had how many people in here?
35,000 at least. And that was the count back then, so it might have been more, but it was at least 35,000
so
people
I'm gonna say 35,000 people here, and I thought that was just so crazy, and that was so fun. Like when we stepped foot on that football field, I didn't expect
the energy was crazy. The energy was crazy. Oh my God. The energy at the football game. It was okay. Oh my God. No, but the energy at the football game was crazy. It was very exciting, and I like watching sports. So even with basketball and with football, I get really into it. Even though, unfortunately, I did not find myself under the shed because we were getting back from we were actually in the parade that they did around the city. Yeah, around the little town. So, we ended up getting back there late, and by the time we got there, it was full. There was nowhere to go. Literally, we could not go into the shed, and I was so sad.
It was a very sad day for us.
It just, and then it was a lot because we hadn't eaten before the parade.
We were starving.
And the parade started at 9, and it was over 11? Was it 11?
And the game started at 12?
Yeah, everybody was already there. They said people be in the shed at 9 o'clock, and that was when the parade started. So it was, we just missed it this year. Best believe I will not, y'all incoming people, understand, I will be there before you.
Also, another thing, and I don't care, they're going to try to tell me to stop talking. if you're an old head / alumni, don't get under that shit.
You had your time.
Don't get under that shit. That's just so disrespectful. If you're a parent, no. The shed
had
is
your
for
time.
students.
This is for us.
Students that go to Tuskegee. I'm sorry I had to put that out
Let
there.
me stop, because I don't want to say
I don't
that
care.
for Ooh.
I don't care.
Nah, because then they come watch this video, gonna be like, yeah, okay, little kids, and they shot there earlier. Okay.
I'm sorry. I love alumni.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what I was saying was, don't do so much the night before that you can't wake up for your class in the morning. Like, I had 8 a.m.s my first semester my first semester, and so I didn't go to many parties because I was tired, because a lot of the stuff, the events don't start on time. They start late, and so you'll get out later than when you're supposed to, and then it's a party after that. So I had to miss out on some parties because I'm like, I gotta go to class. Like, class don't stop just because it's homecoming.
Right.
There's only one day that they cancel classes after 12, but for the rest of the time, like, you're obligated to go to class. I mean, you can do what you want. You know,
if you can stay out till 4 in the morning, wake up at your 8 a.m. for class, go ahead and do that.
I guess.
And also,
personally though,
can't do that.
I also wanted to add to that. So, literally forgot. So, class does not stop, like Alexis was saying, during homecoming. But another thing is, I remember I had an 8 a.m. and I went, and it was during homecoming week. It was like a couple days in, and I went to my class, and I was like, we was in there, and it was like. And he was like, well, it was like only good 5 of us, 6 of us in that class that day. And he was like, well, good. I'm glad that you guys came and stuff, and just appreciating that we came. And then he ended up giving us all extra credit points, which actually came through because I was struggling to buy those. So them extra credit points worked and helped a lot. So just go to class during homecoming week, because you don't ever know, because a lot of people are not going to be showing up because they're hungover / tired. So yeah,
I want to add to that also. That happened to me at my 8 a.m. I forgot about that. My 8 a.m. I looked a mess too because I was tired. Mind you, we had this class every week. Of course, it was orientation class. I go into class, we sitting there for about 5 minutes past, 10 minutes past. There's 3 people in there, including me. So nobody ended up coming. We didn't get no extra points, but I was just saying, I thought it was funny. So
girl.
Okay, we can move on now.
Anyway, so yeah, homecoming was definitely fun for our first homecoming. Only thing I would say, stay hydrated, go to class, and get to the shed early.
Yeah.
So NSO week, I'm going to talk about that because that's an event. So we're going to talk about NSO week. So NSO week is going to be the new student orientation. It's a week for the new students that come in and stuff. Upperclassmen won't be there. They will move in a little later. So it's just literally a week for you guys. And I feel as though you should go to all the events that they have. You know, get to know people. Try to get out your shell as much as you can. Get close to your NSO leader because they are here to help you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I want to add to that also. I do recommend trying to make sure that you meet everyone and actually be what's it called? Stretch that relationship longer than just NSO, so then you do have people that you know when you're around campus and stuff, especially with your NSO leaders. Because I'm an extrovert, but even still, I felt it was kind of awkward because I have this thing where I don't want to bother people. But we're all new, we're all trying to meet each other, so I do recommend that y'all do make sure that y'all go out there and try to talk to everyone, and try to make those relationships last because honestly, the more people you know, the easier it's going to be. Because, I came in, nobody in my freshman class I really knew except this one dude. But, he's a dude in Bethune, and I'm here in Harvey, so I don't really see him all the time. And we have different majors. So, it's not like I'm going to know all these people all the time. So, I don't see them all the time. So, I really had to go out and make friends either way. And I had nothing to say, but I can't remember.
Yeah, go to everything. Don't do that, Megan. Yeah, go to everything during NSO week and be on time. This is why. Because they will, excuse me, they will come through with the little horns and playing sirens and banging and making noise. So if you're not up, they'll wake you up. Megan and I, we dodged that because we was always on time in the events if we would get out early. So one day, as we're leaving out the door, they were coming in with sirens, and we were like,
trying to make sure that we was up. Yeah. So during NSO week, make sure that you're getting up early and making sure that you out there. But you can see a little sneak peek promo of my NSO week because I did film NSO week. It's on my channel. We're gonna put it back on there again, and the link is in the bio. if y'all want to go. But seriously though, like, not necessarily just to look at it, but just like, I just thought it was a cool experience. So they had the different types of things that they had. Not that I'm gonna tell you how our NSO week was in depth, what we did, because I do want y'all to have that experience on your own. Because it is gonna be different. They're gonna have different stuff for y'all, but if y'all want to see like kind of how it works, then yeah, I would definitely watch that. Or even like, because I didn't know how the black ball was supposed to be for real, and I felt a little underdressed. But besides that, don't worry, you know.
Good.
Oh, so sweet.
From what I remember. But I was going to say something about NSO week. So, also, another thing, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is a lot of people, remember, you're not the only one new here. So, a lot of people are going to be extra talkative. Like, I met a lot of people that first week, and we didn't talk after that week. Like Megan said, try to stretch it. But, like, yeah. I remember we were just talking. Like, I would talk to, like, random people that well, they're not random, they're my classmates. But I was just talking to my random classmates, and, like, they would literally, like, try to stretch out a conversation with me and try to open up and talk to me. Because a lot of people are not new. They want friends. They know they're going to need friends and stuff like that. So, it's just, like, they're going to be willing to talk to you. So, don't be scared to talk back or even be the one to approach. Because, because I approached some. I think I approached some people.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's really friendly first week.
Yeah, it's the first week. So, going next to, we're going to talk about CAF and the food options here. So, we have a CAF. It's called Tompkins. We only have one CAF. Then we have two other food options. We have Austin's Grill and Marvelous Market. That's aka our little fake Starbucks. It's Starbucks, but it's fake Starbucks.
And Kickin' Chicken.
And then we have Kickin' Chicken. So yeah.
C-store.
Oh, in the C-store we have like a little gas station. It doesn't have
It's a
gas.
Convenience store. C is for convenience. So yeah, it's a convenience store, but like without the gas part.
Yeah, that's what it is. So my advice about that is don't spend all your points.
She said don't spend all your points. Yeah, because as a freshman, you can't choose your meal plan, so you'll have 19... We'll cut that. As a freshman, you can't choose your meal plan, and so you'll get 19 swipes per week. So that's like when you go in the CAF, like if you went breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's 3 swipes for the day. So you have 19 per week, and then you get 125 points. And so as far as the points go, you can use that at Marvelous Market, the C-store, Kickin' Chicken, and Austin's Grill.
So yeah, that's my thing about the.
And I was gonna say my favorite place to go is Austin's. I have not tried the Starbucks place yet, which I don't know why, but I have not tried it yet, and I've heard it's good or whatever for whatever they got there. But Austin's Grill is my favorite. I like that over Kickin', and the C-store. I like going to the C-store to get a little snacks or whatever because it's gonna be cheaper than like going to get a full meal at
And y'all at the C-store I'm just talking about the C-store. At the C-store, they sell like soap and stuff, milk and all that other stuff. Like if you need to like get soap or like Lysol wipes, all that. They also sell that, and you can also use your points for anything at the C-store. So that I would just say, make sure you're balancing and budgeting your points, and go to the CAF. Don't spend your money. We're gonna get into things around us actually right now. So the things that are around us. So Tuskegee University is located in Tuskegee, and there's not a lot in the. It's an area, and there's not a lot in Tuskegee. So we don't even have a Walmart in Tuskegee. We have to go to Auburn, and Auburn is like 25 minutes away.
20 Opelika is like 25. Montgomery is like 35.
Okay, so those are where you're going to go get your groceries, like Walmart, Target, and like other grocery stores around there. That's where you're going to go. So when we get into this, I would suggest if you have a car, bring it down. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. Because I know I didn't have a car, so I honestly was there's going to be like people in the group chats. Once you get settled here, you're going to like download GroupMe. We're going to mention that later. You're going to have group chats and stuff, and there's going to be girls or just people in general be like, hey, I'm doing deliveries, food deliveries. I'm also doing groceries, grocery drop-off pickups or whatever. So there's going to be like stuff like that. So it's not going to be the end of the world, and you might even meet a friend who has a car. I know I was lucky when I met Megan.
And they also have a shuttle that goes to Walmart, and that's free. Versus like if versus people in the group chat, like they're gonna charge like usually like $10 to take you to Walmart and stuff like that. But yeah, so there's also a shuttle that I don't know. I think it only runs like once or twice a month, something like that. The schedule for it will probably change, but yeah, it'll take to Walmart.
Also, there's also like for my people that's coming out of state, I know I'm from Delaware, like I said, so I took the airport shuttles. They do have airport shuttles. That is gonna cost you. There's like, I know the Thanksgiving one is $75, and I run with Senka for a shuttle. So that's the airport shuttle I run with. Those are $130 from there and back there to the airport, and when you come back to Tuskegee. So that one's $130. It's pretty good. They really are convenient. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities and stuff.
Oh, and then to add on real quick to when we were talking about food options. So like if you download DoorDash, the only things that are on DoorDash is McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut. I think no. There's an American Deli in Tuskegee. I don't think that it's on DoorDash though. So those are the only things. Yeah, there's Dollar General is also on there.
I would recommend
that's like the only thing you can really undo.
Because I remember I did it and it didn't come.
And then like
I had to cancel.
With the food places, it may take a minute because we're in Tuskegee. They have to wait to find somebody for a driver. So like you can order it. It might take 30, 45, 50 minutes.
Hours.
So it just depends on what you really want to do. But like as far as the drive, the McDonald's is like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a far drive. Like everything in the town that's in the town, it's not a far drive at all. It's just the big stuff. Like if you want to go to a Target or a Five Below, all that type of stuff, that's gonna be Opelika. And Walmart gonna be in Auburn. Everything else, Montgomery. You know. And
I hope this is not discouraging anyone, but like Auburn is fun. So you could go to Auburn. There's movie theaters, bowling alley. Went to the bowling alley in Auburn. It was really fun that night. Where else did we go in Auburn? I think that's pretty much it.
We just
out to eat.
We go out to eat at Auburn every once in a while.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. And also another thing is Atlanta is 2 hours away from us, and y'all already know Atlanta is fun. So
if y'all really want to make a weekend out of it, you can
go to Atlanta.
We haven't done that, but we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we went on. Well, I was in Atlanta once.
We were broke, so
when I went to the football game. That's another thing. We do have football game shuttles too.
They give shuttles for the football games. That was fun. I didn't.
And yes, they do cost. They're not free.
Yeah, they're not free. But I remember those shuttles that the football games I did end up going to was fun. You guys should definitely take the fan bus if you don't want to drive.
Yeah, that's what it's called, the fan bus. Fan bus.
They don't be doing them the fan bus.
I only think I went on one fan bus, and that was for the first football game, and it was pretty cool. And they'll take you to the game and all that, and then when the game's over, they'll tell you where to meet at, and then after that, they'll take you guys to get something to eat. You have to bring your own money for that. Like they'll take you to like a little an area where it has all these.
It's like a field trip.
It's traditional.
Next one, Doctor. That's one.
So yeah. Next is we're gonna go into classes and stuff. So we're gonna have to go one by one because we all have different experience in classes because we have all different majors. So first we're gonna talk about our professors.
You want me to go? Okay. So last semester I had 16 credits, and all of my professors was pretty much good except I had one professor that was a little bit more difficult. So if you look on the Rate My Professor stuff and your professor's rating is below, if it's low, just switch out the class. You can switch out classes if you are a freshman, but what you have to do is you have to talk to your advisor about it to be able to do so. So moving on from that, my experience with 16 credits, it wasn't that bad. I did end up getting some of my classes done early, just because of the type of class and the nature of it. And I only struggled a little bit just because I have a time management. Sometimes I do mess up with time management. I always get my stuff done, but it's procrastination is a thing. So this semester I have 18 credits. All of my professors right now are really chill. They're really cool, and I appreciate them. So far I haven't had money issues. We are only on the second month of the semester, but so far it's been fine. Usually you can tell within the first few weeks how your professors are gonna go. So I don't really have any complaints. I'm finally starting my program classes. I'm excited. This semester seems good for me. Yes, it's a lot of credits, but I haven't been stressed out too much yet. It's just, got stuff to do. All right.
Busy. So like I said, I'm a sociology major. So for me, my professors are not that, none of my professors are terrible. You always got that one professor. And my first semester was math. My math professor, I ended up what is that called? I dropped his class and I'm taking math again with a better professor, in my opinion, for me. But all my professors are really good. Just check Rate My Professor. For you freshmen, you're not going to be able to make your schedule when you first come in. So I would just check Rate My Professor or anything, because you can switch your professor out or something like that. And yeah, so for this semester, I'm doing pretty good. It's just, again, that one professor. But, just try to stick through, and then just try, even if you don't like your professor, just try your best in the class. I know my aunt told me something your teacher, just try to master what your teacher is like, one thing they like about what they're teaching, and try to master that. And then once you master that, you're pretty good. So yeah.
So I'm a pre-nursing major. So last semester I had 16. I think I had 16 credits last semester. I only had just that one teacher that was a little more difficult, and that for me, that was my history class. But as far as every other class, it was pretty chill. This semester, I'm finally kind of getting into my program too. I have one of my intro to professional nursing classes. So I think this semester is also going to be better than last semester for me. All my teachers are good so far.
Okay. So next we're going to get on, this is still on the topic of class and stuff. We're going to get on our work, what's it called? Our
Workload?
Yeah, our workload.
Okay. Workload wise, you just can't procrastinate, to be honest. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, I don't think it's that bad. Compared to high school, like, it is gonna be more work that we're doing. But
I got more work in high school. Just because in, like, college, I don't really get assignments. I do more this semester than last semester. Like, last semester, I didn't get homework. It's just, like, I had papers, tests, quizzes, notes.
Yeah.
So
notes are homework for real.
Yeah, no, it is. And what I was gonna add to that also was like I dual enrolled in high school, so like for my dual enrollment classes, it's very similar to how the structure was then, because I had to do most of them online because I was not driving to that school every day. So I did most of them online. So like the way that they're structured is they give you work to do and they give you a test. Now, here, they're not really giving you homework other than notes. They want you to come to class, make sure you do your notes before you go to class, and then you can understand what they're talking about, because they're there to lecture. They're not really there. They're there to answer questions, of course, but they're there to lecture to you. And then if you have questions during, like, the lecture, they need to keep moving because
office
hours, and they need to keep moving. And if you really do need help with something, then you go to the office hours. But honestly, I don't think the workload is that bad. I know I procrastinate, but the workload, honestly, it's really not that bad because I still get stuff done. So I know my limits, and I feel like you just need to be able to know your limits of what you can and cannot do, and what you can or cannot put off. Sometimes you have to put time into something, you're gonna have to go ahead and do so. So that's my little spiel.
For my workload, I feel as though it's nothing that I can't handle. Like Megan was saying, for me personally, it's definitely gonna be more than high school. High school is nothing compared to college, so I just want you guys to get that in your head if you're a new student coming in. It's nothing compared to college, so it's definitely heavier than high school. But I'm a good organized person. I write everything in my planner. I'm gonna put that in there. Make sure you get a planner and you get a planner and a calendar, so you can make sure you organize a lot of stuff out, because that's how I do my work. And yeah, so workload is not that hard. I'm trying to think now. Tests and quizzes, if we're talking about that, I do have a lot of tests and quizzes and stuff like that. I know in my sociology class I have a quiz every week, and then tests, like exams and stuff, I have them, like for math I know you have them every 2 weeks, I think. So yeah,
it kind of depends on the professor, but it's going to be more test heavy. So like most of the points you're going to get is probably going to be more from tests than it is from any assignment or anything they want you to do, because they expect you to be able to reading the book and writing down notes. That is your homework. That's what they expect you to do. So
I don't know those.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to get into some studying tips, or just studying period. Like, just to let you guys know, you guys have to study and all that. Like, study, if you didn't study in high school, because I know I never really studied in high school really hard, but here you have to study in college. You have to study, because like Megan was saying, it's going to be very test heavy, so you have to study for that test. Don't like try to get some, like, if you think you're better, like you're a study type that needs flashcards, buy some flashcards, like, or look over notes, make sure you write every note down that you have to take, and all that. So study.
Yeah, study to learn also, because sometimes you can get away with studying to memorize, but some stuff especially if you're doing it based on what your major is, study to learn the material and make sure that you understand that this stuff rolls over and you're going to have to know it later on. The stuff for your major. Everything else, I know what the teachers say, don't worry about that. Study to get an A on that test and be done with it.
Yes.
You don't need to know what George Clooney did in 1536. You don't have to know that, for real.
Please.
Anyways.
So, moving on. We're just going to go over syllabus real quick. It's just going to be really quick. Make sure you read that syllabus. Read that syllabus, because it's going to have due dates on there. It's going to say how they grade. So, if you don't like anything, that you don't like how your grade came out, just make sure you're reading your syllabus, because that just might have your professor grades. Make sure you write down your professor's office hours and their office number. And yeah.
Well, from my experience, syllabuses, they don't go by them. So
my professors go by their syllabus.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, let me stop. Most of them do, but from my experience last semester, they really didn't. They just kind of told you what to do. I would make sure to go to every single class and listen, and also try to make sure that if you have a question, just ask. Even if you don't want to ask because it's in the syllabus or whatever, just if you want to clarify, like verbally, go ahead and ask. Because I know professors don't always go by their syllabus. They say that, but they don't. But
I'm sorry.
I mean, all my teachers went by their syllabus, and the thing is, like, if you can consult another resource before your teacher, do that, because like I had some teachers, don't go asking them stuff when you could have maybe asked a classmate that knew, because especially if they told it before, because they can get frustrated repeating the same thing. So like try to talk to somebody else before you go to your professor, or just like go to their office hours so it's not like right after class and they're feeling like you just didn't pay attention. Yeah, but like, because some of my syllabus, like for English mainly, it had the whole schedule. So like, you know, all your assignments. So like in that class, we only have to come like one day out the week when we're really scheduled for 3, simply because he has all the information on there, so he doesn't have much to say. So.
Syllabus really come in handy. I know when like in the beginning of the semester, I always like look at the syllabus when they give it, and then like they have due dates on there, and that's why I like syllabus so much. I just write down the due dates in my planner, so I just know. And then we're gonna talk about books and stuff. So my thing is, my advice to give for books, don't buy books your first week of class. Wait, because you might not need the book. And I'm saying this because I take in my sociology class, we don't ever use that book. We don't ever use that book ever. So there's no need to use it. Like, I mean, unless you want to read the stuff.
I mean, if you want to get the book just to have it because you feel like it's important to build your bookshelf and all of that, you can do that.
And build your bookshelf.
I'm so serious. That's what my professor said. But me personally, even this semester, I didn't have to buy any books because they were either online or I got a copy to borrow. But I wouldn't stress yourself out about books because I got last semester and had to pay $200 that I didn't really have to pay. So. Yeah. So
yeah, just also look for PDF versions of books or something like that. I know in Tuskegee, always buy the PDF version when you're here. Don't buy the physical copy unless you're the type of person who literally needs the physical copy. But just buy the PDF version. It's going to be way cheaper. And also rent the textbook. Don't buy it. I mean, unless you want to, because you can resell it. I mean, investing low key. But I don't. I just rent my textbook and keep it pushing for real. Anything to add on books? Okay, attendance. Go to class.
That's it.
Go to class.
Some teachers, because like some of my teachers, like most of mine this semester, they count for attendance. Attendance is points. So if you look at your grade has dropped, and it's because you're not coming to class. And I'll even have teachers like last semester that was like, he literally was straight up like, don't play me. Like, don't not come, and then you try to pop in when you got your mid-semester test or your final. Because you're still going to get a 0. Like, you didn't come in for not a quiz. Or even if you come in for quizzes, if you're not coming in for lecturing, not every teacher posts what they do on Blackboard, which is what we currently use now. But not every teacher uploads their slides, so you have to be paying attention. So you have to be in class. You can't always try to rely on a classmate. Because they may not be noting everything. Because, like, my history teacher now, he'll emphasize stuff when he talks. It's not on the slides. But he'll say it. And he's like, you might want to write that down. So you may not have been in class and that friend didn't write it down. So now when the test come around, you like, where were the notes for this?
Right.
You just got to come. And, you know, if there's something that happens, there's like a whole process. Just cut that. I'm not even going to bring that up.
Don't worry about that. Just go to class.
Go to class. Just always go to class. Like I was saying earlier about homecoming, how they gave extra credit when no one is in class. Lucky days like that. And
I'm sorry. I also have a success story for that. One day, it was toward the end of semester, last semester, and only a few of us came to class, and she told us we had to take the final, and we all got A's, so.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, make sure y'all go to class. I go every day. So.
Also, I didn't touch on this earlier. At least try to make, like, one friend in a class, or just not even a friend, like, if it has to be associated, like.
Yeah, somebody.
Like, just know somebody just in case, like, one day you might get sick. Ask for the notes, or just anything. You don't understand anything, something, you don't want to really bug your professor. Just ask your classmate. So, yeah. And that's pretty much on classes. So now we're gonna get into relationships/friendships. So let's start with friendships first.
Be kind, be nice, be real. Let me stop. But honestly, with friendships, relax. With friendships, me personally, I don't know how to explain friendships. Like, I just go in, be aware of who you're talking to, be aware that these are strangers. I don't care if it's the first month and now y'all planning a trip to Miami. You probably shouldn't do that. You know, you probably should wait.
Chip ain't gonna make it out the group chat.
It probably won't.
Chip ain't gonna make it out the
group chat might not even make it out the group chat. Like, you just gotta be careful about who you're talking to and who you know, because you never know what people's real intentions are, which that goes for anyone anywhere. That has
some malicious people in this world,
and there are. So, like, honestly, even if you do feel like, I mean, of course, try to be as respectful as possible, but don't go to a point where you letting somebody over you or like do anything like that. Make sure that you stay true to yourself. If you don't know who that is yet, find it before you try and go make all these friends and all of this stuff, because then you're gonna be coming off looking weird to other people as well. And honestly, yeah, with friendships, I mean, I'm cool with them. I guess they cool, whatever. So I mean, they cool or whatever. I mean, like, 8 out of 10, like, let me stop. I'm just kidding. They break my scale, you know, you already.
BMS.
TBR, like, you
8 out of 10. And see, also note that people will say what they mean the first time. That 8 out of 10, nah, because she tried to backtrack.
I'm talking about the.
So my advice for friendships is, and you gonna see this in all these college videos, but I experienced it. So that friend group that you start with is not gonna be the friend group you end with.
It's so funny because, like, I really didn't believe that.
Me too. So
I don't know why not.
So also, especially like we were talking about NSO week, you're gonna like maybe make a friend group or something like that in that NSO week, but it's like once the semester go on, y'all might not click. Like, y'all click on NSO week.
And y'all might not even see each other to a point where it's like, you can't be friends, because it's like you didn't make that friendship strong enough to the point where you finna go visit them all the time. So, like, you
especially if y'all don't have the same majors. Like, I might have a friend that's animal science major. I'm nursing. It's two totally different buildings. I don't even see you. Like, I have to go out my way to. Yeah. So, like, I live with them.
Yeah, so it makes
it's easier.
It's easy because we're cool with each other, but like we live with each other, so it is one of those things where it's like who you around is probably. But
also with the schedule stuff, like I feel as though, this is me personally, like even if y'all schedules don't match, if that's your friend,
yeah,
you gonna make time to see them.
No, yeah,
like, that's
what I'm saying. Like, even no, that's what I'm saying, because even that whole thing where it's like if it's beginning NSO week and you just met these people for a week, you might see them on Instagram and you might text them, but if you never see them and you didn't make that relationship or that bond strong enough to the point where you're looking for each other, then you're not going to. That don't mean that y'all can't be cool. Y'all still cool. Y'all just ain't gonna be besties, and that's fine.
That's
nothing wrong with that.
Try to just relax. Just try to stay out of drama, because y'all in college. Like, no one got time to be like with drama, and then also you gotta study. Like, that's so much. Like,
just also remember, nothing is that serious.
It's really
just calm down. Like, even if all these people, like, you're not gonna know half these people later. Like, it really is okay. Like, even when we're talking about what's it called? Reputation. Sorry. Even when we were talking about reputation, yeah, these people are gonna know you for whatever at the moment, but like in 4 years you gone. In 4 years you're gone. So it won't matter. It really won't matter in the long run, especially if you're not trying to get to know these people for life. Then don't worry about it.
My thing is just like, be careful. Like, find your group of people. It might take you a while. I'm not saying you might not find it during NSO week. You might have to be alone for a couple weeks, and that's okay. So just try to find your group of people. Find people that you actually genuinely like, and people who genuinely like you back. So I feel as though, don't try to force anything. Don't try to, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to eat in the cafe alone.
Yeah, because I used to walk to the cafe myself too. I would see somebody every once in a while, but like, it's okay. I promise you're gonna be okay. And even if you end up being that person who don't find anyone at all, focus on your work then, because I know some people.
It's gonna happen. Don't force anything to happen. It's going to happen. Yeah. And something was in my head and I literally forgot.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I remembered. If like, say your friend from NSO, you guys like disbanded or whatever, it's okay for y'all not to like each other. It's okay to not like each other. Like, that's another thing. I feel like some people have problems with that. Like, if you guys just don't click, it's okay not to like be friends. Like, it's okay. It's okay.
That's one thing too. If you do find yourself where you don't like someone, or if you find yourself not feeling someone, it's completely fine not to be friends with them. I mean, and I feel like that's one thing, like, people feel like just because you're not cool with someone, you have to have some sort of, like, animosity, and it doesn't have to be that way. You just could just not like them and not talk to them, and that's it. That's pretty much it.
Anything to add?
All
right, now we're getting into relationships.
Girl, I don't know. What am I supposed to say
Can't
about
speak on that.
What am I supposed to say about that?
Can't speak
I
on
can't tell
that.
you no. Well, we ain't talking about it.
Hold on.
We ain't talking about it.
About that right now. You over there talking about that right now. What's that supposed to mean, bro? What's that supposed to mean? You over there doing all that, saying all that. We ain't even talk about that. You over there doing all that. We don't even care about all that. And you saying
Be smart. Don't lose your head over some man, woman, whoever. Don't do that. Be smart.
In the next
Because
person room.
exactly. And if someone is treating you wrong, do not stay with that person for no means necessary. All that needing you don't need anyone in this life but yourself. You need man, woman, person to tell you that you are good enough, that you look good, that you, for any type of validation, you do not need that. Please.
I'm keeping that.
Legal guard.
Please, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Do not put your worth and yourself in no person. You don't know these people. Like I said, friendships, they strangers. Don't do that. It irritates me. I'm sorry. Sometimes it irritates me because I'm not even mad at the victims.
She just ran.
I'm not even mad at the victims. It's just like I just really want y'all to find God.
When you first get here, like, I know you might find some people attractive, and that's okay. That's humans. You will. She's guaranteeing it. Anyway, so my thing is, don't like try to close yourself off. Like, be single. I would say be single at least for the first 2 months. Like, so because you are just got here. Like, you gotta get used to your schedule. You gotta get used to just college. Period. If you're a freshman. So I feel as though putting a relationship in that mix is gonna really like be so stressful. So I feel as though you should just like focus on yourself and stuff. I'm not saying like you can't talk to guys or if you talk to girls. I'm not saying that. Like, so I would just say be single, explore your options, you know, and also I'm just not even just like speaking on one gender. Some people are not for relationships in their freshman year. Yeah. And you know, that's totally fine. That's what they want to do. That's fine. You know, some people just are not into relationships, so they just literally want to have fun. So make sure you understand that because you might be on something different and then the person might be on something totally different. Like y'all not even the same thought process, like in the same thoughts. So just make sure like you're keeping your options open and then like just understand. I
want to add to that also.
And be safe.
Don't go into a relationship expecting something different than what you started with. And I'll just leave that there. I don't feel like elaborating, but
yeah, you don't have to really elaborate that.
Yeah, that's kind of self-explanatory.
I think we really touched on that. So we went through our topics. So these are just some quick tips. Check your email every day when you go here because you might have a professor cancel class or something like that. Literally 30 minutes before class starts, they might literally cancel class, or maybe 5 minutes before the class starts. You don't know. Right. And then also your professors might remind you of some things that are due, or might just send out something. And also, I know some upperclassmen were telling us that your academic advisor or something like that might send you scholarship ideas or like internship ideas or something like that, or opportunities coming to your email. So make sure y'all check your email daily. And then another thing is save money. For this summer, if you're coming in, save your money, stack ups, because you're going to need something. Because I know you guys are going to be like, well, why am I saving money? I have everything in my door and I have food on campus. Why am I saving money? That's Cass, you're going to get tired of it. Austin's, you're going to get tired of it. Kicking chicken, you're going to get tired of it. Like, you're going to want to eat out other places, and you're going to want to do other fun stuff off of campus, like, you know, so you might want to go out, so just save your money. Then also, you got to buy groceries monthly. You got to buy some, like, what are those hygiene products monthly? Like, just stuff you gotta buy monthly. And going into that, you just need to budget. Make sure you're budgeting your money. So, yeah.
And just to give, like, a little gauge of, like, how much I spent last semester. I'm broke now, but, like, last semester, I spent, like, around $1,500. So, there was homecoming and all that, part of that. But most of it, food, gas, miscellaneous. I don't know where the money went.
That's another reason why you guys gotta save your money, because them homecoming events aren't free.
They're not. They're not free. That was at least like something like around $100 or something like that.
It's like $75. I know this year it was $75 for a pass, and then
But yeah, anything to add?
Okay. All right, so that's the end of the video. Unless they have anything else to add. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you choose TU. TU.
You know.
TU.
You know.
TU. Bye, guys.